Sky Blues fans are expected to march through Coventry City Centre tomorrow as part of their ongoing campaign to bring the club back to the Ricoh Arena. 7,000 supporters turned out for a similar event last year. The slogan of this year's march is just talk, why not? Putting the emphasis on getting all the sides round the table after a protracted legal battle between the City Council and the club's owners, Sisu. But the company which runs the Ricoh, ACL, says a £590,000 debt needs to be paid by Sisu before any talks can even get underway. Let's talk to the non-executive chairman of ACL. Chris Robinson joins us on the show this morning. Hi, Chris.
Hi, good morning, Shane.
This money is there, isn't it? And we understand from the Football League, I just saw a statement before we came on air this morning saying that there is 590,000 quid in an escrow account, so that there's no suggestion that they're not going to pay it, is there?
Well, there's every suggestion that they're not going to pay it by the information that they've given to us and to the Football League. They're required by the Football League to put the money into escrow, but they're doing everything possible not to pay it to us, in very simple terms.
How do you get that? Because they've done what they've been asked according to the Football League, haven't they? They put that into the account.
No, they've not paid ACL, but they've put the money aside if the Football League deem that they should pay us. It's a quite clear debt that's due from last year's liquidation when the CVA wasn't agreed. There's no dubiety about it, but in the way these things work, there are claims that they're not due us 590, and really it's a way of trying to avoid paying us and delay paying us. And I think that the first thing I'd like to say is that from ACL's point of view, we'd like to say sorry to the Sky Blues fans, because they're going to see this as a step backwards. There's been quite a lot of briefing and discussions and media placing to suggest that discussions are ongoing or could be about a return to Ricoh, and that is far from the truth.
Well, I mean, I have to say, Anne Lucas sat in this very studio opposite me and said, we do want to talk, we want to have a conversation. My door, I think her phrase was, is always open to Joyce Sapala, and she's quite happy to talk. What she wasn't happy to do was to put any kind of negotiation for the ground to the club. But she's quite happy to talk. So that is true, isn't it?
But she needs to be able to talk about why she's not paying the 590. And if anybody was due you, Shane, 590,000,
yeah,
you wouldn't talk to them about other parts of what they wanted to do. You'd be saying, pay this up first before you can...
I don't know, maybe I'm an old cynic. I'd get them round the table and see if I could find some common ground, and then see if we can talk about that. But if you're not talking at all, there is no chance you can have a conversation about the 590,000, is there?
Well, they've offered not to pay it. That's the situation. So I have a duty to all the stakeholders at ACL to ensure that business is run in a proper manner and to look after the security of that business.
I mean, whether they
couldn't allow an exhibition organizer not to pay for using the exhibition hall, and we have, as a director, as a chairman, we do have fiduciary duties.
I just wonder why you keep saying that they're saying that they're not going to pay it, when, according to the Football League and according to what I'm seeing in a statement by the Football League, they have put the money in that account, which is so far all they've been required to do.
Shane, it needs to be in our account.
No,
and they're steadfastly refusing to pay it.
Who said that to you?
Not ourselves.
Who said that to you? Who has said we steadfastly refuse to pay it?
Well, we've had a letter from one of the club directors saying why they're not due us £590,000.
Right.
You can understand from our point of view that on the one hand the money's in an escrow account, but on the other hand it's out of our reach.
There's this side of it, obviously, and you quite rightly talk about the money that you feel is owed and they feel it isn't owed, and that is a fairly major dispute. We've also got the latest instalment of the judicial review, of course, because there is a suggestion that they're going to take leave to appeal. I mean, presumably you don't want that hanging over the conference table if you were going to get round it.
It makes it very hard to talk to somebody who is essentially trying to, through the legal process, harm your business.
You know all about this. I mean, I was just reading about the stuff that you went through at Heart of Midlothian at Hearts.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how financially, if you get it wrong financially, it rips the complete lifeblood out of a club, doesn't it? Don't you worry that this could happen to the Ricoh, but you're on the other side of it now?
Yeah, I do worry that the Ricoh is a beautiful arena. It was built for essentially a Premiership football club, and it's the home of Coventry City. And for me, it's a great tragedy not to see them playing there. On the other hand, the other parts of the Ricoh are beginning to grow with all the business that we're doing there, and we're looking after the interests of the regeneration of that area of Coventry. We're a powerhouse in the economy at the moment with all the exhibitions and new business that we've been driving through.
You must look at it though and think, what happens if we never get the football club, if we never get Coventry City back to the Ricoh? What's the long-term plan?
Well, the long-term plan is that we'll have discussions with other sports franchises, and the exhibition and conference business is getting stronger and stronger. So ACL will continue to deliver that part of it. But it would be, being absolutely honest, it would be a tragedy not to see the football club in that arena. But we'll be seeing lots of other things happening in the arena as in the past. So, all we can do is to keep the arena in great condition, and if and when those people who own the football club decide it's time to return, we'll welcome any discussion with them, and we'll work with them despite whatever differences have been in the past, because we understand that's what is the right thing to do for Coventry City, to have its team in the arena that was built for it.
The fans just want the conversation to start quite clearly, and that's one of the things that, just talk, why not, is their theme for tomorrow. It seems to me like the perfect case for arbitration, and you've been in football closer to football than I ever have and probably ever will. In your mind, in the absence of the Football League actually getting off their backsides and doing anything, who could arbitrate this? Who would you like to see? Who could get all sides around a table?
I think it's almost down to the government minister who's responsible for sport, because the real losers here are the supporters of Coventry City Football Club.
Without doubt.
ACL will continue, and no doubt under its current management, the football club will continue. But for me, at the moment, the real arbiter has to be the Football League. They have the power to keep the door open on the football club coming back to Ricoh Arena. So you'd like to see the Minister of Sport put pressure on the Football League and say, get these people round the table? Well, these are your words, Shane, but it seems a sensible way forward, because at the moment this is an impasse. There's an absolute willing on behalf, Anne Lucas has said so on behalf of the council, my shareholders, the charity and the council, and everyone at the Ricoh, all the management team and staff, we'd all love to see the team back. Despite the fact that the arena can continue without the team, it's what we think will make the arena more complete.